So now that we know these CAGED shapes, how do we apply them? How we're going to try applying this is going to be by picking a chord progression like G, D, E minor, C, or progression 4 on my chord progression sheet, and we're going to choose a shape for the first chord. So I'm going to pick a C shape for my G chord. Now what we want to do is for the next chord, pick the closest shape that we can use. So there's a D right there, so I'm going to use a G shape for my D chord. There's an E right there. There's an A minor shape for my E minor chord. Then here's a C, so I'm going to use an E shape for my C chord. Now since we have 5 different shapes, we can try this from every shape. So here's G as a D, then we can go to D as an A shape, E minor as a C minor shape, and then C as a G shape. The reason why I chose a C minor shape instead of the easier A minor shape for that E minor is because since we have 5 different shapes, each one that we start out with, we shouldn't have to repeat any for any chords. So instead of using that A minor shape, there we are. And that way we can see each chord from every angle, from before the root note and also after the root note. Now once we get comfortable with that, we can plug our arpeggios in the same regard as well. So if I were to do the same progression for G, D, E minor, C, I start with G as a C shape. I can now do the C shape arpeggio over a G chord. Now a G major arpeggio shape over a D chord. An A minor arpeggio shape over our E minor chord. And then a E major arpeggio shape over our C chord. Now we can do the same thing anywhere. So there's G as a D shape, D as an A shape, E minor as a C minor shape, and then C as a G shape. Same thing here as G as an E shape, D as a C shape, E minor as a D minor shape, C as an A shape. We can try this with every chord progression on my sheet, any song, and this will really help us get used to the fretboard and also where the scales, arpeggios, and chord shapes are.